Good morning. I'm doing a little bit of watercolor painting just for fun and relaxation this morning. It's always good to get into something creative because your mind is fully in it and it can relieve the stress of all the crazy things that are happening in the world. Um, Playing with watercolor paints. If you're new to that, I've taught that for many decades, and here's what I'm going to show you. If you buy the tubes of paint, that's one of the options, one of the formats to buy it in. Sometimes the covers get stuck on, but the neck, the metal part at the top, is stronger than the tube. So if you ever find that a tube is stuck, hold on to that neck right here. And when you go to twist the cap, it won't rip and tear your tube open. And if it still won't open, then stick it under some warm water under the tap and it might melt the paint underneath and you'll be able to turn the cover off. Now the amount of paint that I would squirt out of a tube of watercolor paint reminds me of tinting icing for a cake. It's just a dye. You're using it to dye water. You're really painting with puddles of water. Some people think that watercolor painting is hard to grasp because you have to learn how to control water. But I find that with a little bit of practice, you can get that control. And there's many advantages to using watercolor paints. So the amount that I would squirt out of this tube to get me a nice sized puddle of this color would be maybe half the size of my baby fingernail, just literally a dot of it. And then I would add water to that dot and stir it up, and there would be my color. If I want it darker, it would be less water or a little bit more pigment, and vice versa. When you want it to be lighter, then you need more water. So I invite you to play around with some watercolor paints as a way to have some fun. Of course, you can buy them in the pans like we might have seen back in elementary school. And there's many brands, there's different accessible price points, and then there's artist level price points for the serious hobbyist. Uh, um, you also can get away with just having 3 tubes of color because your primary colors can make just about everything you need, and your paper can be your white. So, hope you'll enjoy some watercolor painting.